I'm Chelsea.
What kind of art do you like?
I like so many different kinds of art. I think my favorite artists are from the 1850 to 1950. I collect paintings by women.
Any artists in particular?
There was a group of female artists in Philadelphia back in the day, and so I don't know. That's like early modernism, and a few artists from the late 1800s. I have a Rosa Bonheur painting, and she's a French artist. She was really unique. She was an early out lesbian, you know, like 150 years before people did that. She wore pants in the 1850s. She's an animal painter. But she has a painting, a very famous painting here at the Met called The Horse Fair, which is really big. She was really, really famous in her time, and not many people know who she is anymore. So she's one of my favorites.
What is the most expensive piece of art you own?
Most expensive? It's a good question. I've spent a couple $1,000s on art. That would be this same artist that I'm talking about. Yeah, Rosa Bonheur. Yeah.
It's original.
Yeah, it's an original painting. Back when I was, in my early 20s, I used to collect cheap prints and things like that. So art's always been something that I really had hoped to collect one day, and specifically the art of women, because it's also pretty hard to find art by women. It wasn't preserved as much.
Do you live here in New York?
No, I live in London.
When you buy art, where do you normally look for art?
So sometimes I go to like art and antiques fairs. Being in London is really useful because there are a lot of those over there, or even online auctions, but you have to be quite careful because there's a lot of fakes. So I have my appraiser certificate from actually the New York Appraisers Association, so I could do a little bit of background history work before I buy something. So try to be smart about it.
Cool. So you got a really interesting profession connected to art.
Yeah, I did that for fun. I'm not a full time appraiser, but it was more so I could be really sort of smart, because it's really easy to get scammed in online auctions these days.
What do you think about AI art and all the technology that is coming now into our life and taking over the art?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just a new phase in art, like so many other phases, especially AI. I think it's kind of unavoidable. I think it's fascinating how we're kind of merging with conceptual art in an interesting way. So I don't know. I don't really have my head around what like art is going to look like 20 years from now. It seems to be kind of all over the place, um, but it's exciting, and I guess it's inevitable.
Do you think it's like same as when photography appeared? It's like everybody was like, okay, now we don't need realistic art because we can take pictures. And with AI, it seems to me that it's a little like similar phenomenon.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you. I think, especially with film in the early 1900s, yeah, people just didn't. I think people got bored with photorealistic things and they wanted to see moving images. And then, now, of course, everything they did 100 years ago looks pretty silly. I mean, we can appreciate it. So, yeah, I think conceptual art is really taking off now because we have pushed I don't know what you'd call them, like the hard mediums, like the traditional creative mediums like painting and pencils. I think those have been really pushed to the limit, and that's why we're now exploring the boundaries of digital art and ideas, and as my husband says, hair and garbage art. Hair and garbage art. Yeah, I like it. He's not such a fan, but yeah, I think we've after thousands of years of humans working with a lot of the same materials, we're now trying to figure out, that question. Yeah, what else can we work with? Like, what's the boundary?
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you. Nice to meet you.